I never forget to record, so that was good. So what you do right now is going to set up for your 2020. Everything you do right now. The thing is in January or even, September, October, November, the people that have these crazy, amazing enrollments, promotions for themselves or their teams, the people that have their, 2020 that's blowing up, their checks are doubling, tripling, whatever. It's what they're doing right now. And so I want to encourage you guys to not slow down because maybe you've hit goals, but to speed up so that you have the best end of the year and start of 2020, because I promise you, the people that do that are the ones that get the $5,000 raises in 1 month, the people that get the $10,000 paychecks. That's the people that are starting now. And it's hard when you've never been in a business before. You're like, okay, I'm doing all this stuff, growing my network, I'm offering the business, I'm interacting, but where's the results? It's a business. And in the back end, it's all building up. I promise you, I guarantee you, everything you're doing now counts. Okay? So take the next 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 months and just freaking buckle down on growing your network. Buckle down on offering the business. Buckle down on growing your potential list like crazy. Of course, I have enrollment goals every single month. Of course I do. But right now, I'm planting so many seeds because they're all going to be watering over the next few months. And I know some of you guys have school, you have kids going back to school soon. You're distracted with that. You're like, okay, well, when the kids go back to school, I will, which is in a few weeks. These next 3 months, you guys, are crucial. They really are. They really are for the rest of the year and for your 2020, okay? And so just be so focused. And so I'm going to put a challenge out to you guys. Hold on, let me make sure everyone's muted. I'm going to put a challenge out to you guys. And this is something that I asked all of the triples and up to do as well. And so, hopefully everybody is on board because I kind of just said it 20 minutes ago. But I'm going to do it. And so if you want to follow me. So if you guys just watched my live video, we set a goal for our house. Okay. And so far this year, we've saved up over $200,000 for our house. Okay. That's just our savings. That's not besides our bills, anything like that, just from January. Okay. And so we've been filling up this, what is it called? Thermometer. Okay. So I am going to challenge you guys all to do something similar, and I'm going to do a different one as well. So you could either do it with a piece of paper. You could either do it on your mirror, taking a selfie with it. Okay. Or you could do with one big specific thing on your dream board. And you be in the picture, okay? And I want you guys to put out a huge goal, something that might be scary. Maybe it's a down payment for a house. Maybe it's saving up $25,000 by December. Maybe it is hitting a promotion by, November. But I don't want you guys to say diamond by November. People don't know what that is. I want you to put an income goal or a specific thing that people can relate with. So like what Alejandra said, a down payment for a house. And this is going to be by December or within the next 5 months, okay? We're not going, okay, 2020. No. You're not taking off the next 5 months. The next 5 months is when you're going to be hitting up stuff, okay? So let's all do that. There's nothing too big or too small. I think the bigger the better, because truthfully, if it doesn't scare you, you're not going to work hard enough for it, And so I'm excited about that. So I want you guys all to do it and, tag each other in the post, tag your upline, tag your downline. Let's just blow it up. And actually, we should totally make a hashtag for it so that everybody can see our teams. Okay, so I don't know if, what's her name? I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, brain fart. Sorry guys, give me 2 seconds. So one of my girls, I didn't actually sign her, but Hillary, I'm sorry. So Hillary has been like hashtagging like 7-day weekend. I don't know if she made that up. I don't know if she got it from somebody else. I kind of like that. I think that would be awesome. Or just something with your guys's like, you know, go big or go home, dream big or go home, something like that. But anyways, we can work on that after. But I think that would be so phenomenal and just blow up, you guys. So the next thing is, what happened to the Black Diamond team? The Black Diamond team. Okay, so we're gonna, it's like TBDT. What does that mean? Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, hashtag TBDT. So what that is the Black Diamond team. We started doing that after our retreat last year. Black Diamond, you guys, is $100,000 a month for 6 consecutive months. You need a big old motherfucking team full of hella successful people make a lot of money for that, right? So we're gonna do that. Okay, now the next thing is really quick. If you guys didn't know, this is the last month for the $10,000 bonus. So for people to start for it, you guys all should know that, but that should be able to help you seal the deal for a lot of people. And then the last thing is, if you guys want to know the secret to blowing up your business, okay? How many of you guys want to know the secret to blowing up your business? Oh my gosh, me. Yeah. Okay. Here's what it is. I know it's a big secret. Use the product. I know. You're like, what? Because here's the deal. You guys, using the product and gaining results, no matter if it's weight loss, for Isabella, it was weight gain. Maybe it's hair, skin, and nails. Maybe it's skin. Maybe it's, you know, acne. Maybe it's like Julia, where it's, you know, the Confianza, and whatever it is, okay? You guys need to be using the product and gaining a testimony. And that's going to be for 3 things. Hi, you're really cute, but if I pick you up, you're never going to go away. Hold on. Okay, so first things first. When you guys use the product, what happens is you gain a testimony, which sounds, okay, duh, Christy, that makes sense. But it's not even a testimony with the product. You gain a testimony with the business. So you will never, ever question whether you're in the right place. You will never question quitting this business because you know that the products work. And when you know that the products work, you can promote it. That's just what it is. Like, nobody could ever tell me like, oh, well, it works sucks because your products don't work. I'd be like, oh, yeah, they do. Look at my 12 before and afters or whatever. Look at my hair growth. Look at my skin, whatever it is. So that's the first thing. And that's going to give you guys so much confidence, okay? It's going to give you guys so much confidence. But the next thing is it's going to attract distributors just as much as it's going to attract customers. And sometimes we don't think that or see that, but it does, because people want to know that they're going to start a business with products that work, right? Like, duh, that makes sense. And it's so simple. And there was another thing, but I cannot freaking for the life of me remember. But there's just so many reasons why you should be and need to be using the product. And then I want you guys to know too, you know, maybe some of you guys are new, but there's so many ways that the company gives us to get the product for free or cheap, okay? Comes in your kit, shopping spree, wrap product rewards. There's just no excuse for it. Even my contests, you get earn free product. Like, there's just no excuse for it, okay? So gain a testimony and your business will blow up with whatever products it is, okay? I always say, like, pick 3 to 5 that you fall in love with and you gain a huge testimony with. And that's what I did, and it just blew up. I personally, like, don't drink keto coffee, but I sell it like crazy. And I know it works because I know the other products work. And by the end of the year, you guys, we're supposed to have 10 new products. That's legit. So we're on top of it. And I'm going to be taking the celery challenge once it comes. Trying to trying to wait for it to come. But anyways, okay, let's go ahead and start. So, and if I remember that last special reason why we need to be a product of the product, obviously. Okay, here you go. Let's go ahead and let's start. Alejandra's face is kind of gone. But let's go ahead and let's start.
I'm here.
Oh, you are here. Where's your face? Oh, there's your face. Okay. You were just hiding your beautiful face. Okay. Let's see here. Hi.
Thanks.
I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah. Okay, I got you, girl. I got you, boo.
People are gonna play this back and be like, "What's wrong with her eyes?"
Eyelashes, guys. We're trying to be extra right now. Okay, leave us alone.
Okay.
Okay. So Alejandra, share your story a little bit because there's so many new people. Share your story really quick. Because you're awesome, and I love it because I didn't even realize every single person that we have on today is triple and up. And so share your story, and then share your attraction marketing and what you do to do that.
Okay, for sure. So my name is Alejandra. I am a triple diamond, like Christy said. I've been doing this business for 3.5 years, and I was a television reporter, just really struggling to make ends meet. I was on TV, I have 2 Emmy Awards, which are some of the most prestigious awards for a journalist. But the truth is I was struggling bad. We couldn't even afford to get our light bill paid, groceries. I was a mom. My little one was a couple of months old. And I was like, I can't keep living like this. I can't keep, pretending to be okay when I'm not. So I just didn't really know much of what else to do. And I kept working and I kept missing out on family time. I had a very demanding schedule. And then I find out I'm pregnant with baby number 2. So already things are bad. And then it's like, wow, talk about making it worse. So it's like, and unplanned, right? So it's like, now a million things are going through my head. It's like, I can barely afford 1 kid. What am I going to do with 2 kids? And do I want to keep living this way? Do I want to be that mom who's never home? And I wanted things for my family. I wanted to be able to at least, come home and have lights turned on, and I didn't even have that. So it's like, I wouldn't even ask for much. I just literally asked for the basics. That's all I wanted when I first started this business. So I find out I'm pregnant, and then I'm a high risk pregnancy. So for the first 4.5, almost 5 months, my pregnancy was on the line. They talked about possibly having to have like a medically induced abortion, just, so many things, Down syndrome. There was problems with her heart and her brain. Like there was just, so, all these issues, and it like freaked me out. And I was like, oh my gosh, like literally, like, what am I doing? And I literally asked myself, what am I doing? I am literally working at a job and missing away and sacrificing time with my family. And now who even knows if this baby's going to make it, and I'm over here sacrificing my life for minimum wage, basically, because people thought like I made a whole bunch of money, but I really didn't. And I was salary. So that meant I worked 16 hours and got paid whatever I was going to get paid, So, and I remember seeing a girl on Instagram, Ileana, actually, she's my girl. I remember just seeing her, and I was just like, oh my gosh, there's no way that this girl's making this kind of money. Like, there's just no way, from her phone, blah, blah, blah. But then I was like, well, if she's, if she is, like, why not me? So I had actually, like once I reached out to her, my husband was like, you're going to get scammed. That's not true. Like, it's not real. And I was like, whatever, just leave me alone. Let me just try, and before this is really important. So before this, before I actually joined, I went to my last ultrasound appointment, and that ultrasound appointment was to determine whether I was going to have to terminate my pregnancy. And I just remember praying, like, the ultrasound tech was like over here doing her thing and like talking, trying to, calm me down or whatever. And I just remember praying. I don't even remember a single word that lady said. I was just praying. I was like, God, just help my baby be okay. Like, whatever it is, just help her be okay. And I will, like, literally surrender my life. Like, whatever it is that you want me to do. And I knew once I had my first that, like, my calling was to be home, but I just didn't see the big picture. I didn't see how our finances were ever going to be sorted out. So I didn't think that was even a possibility for me. But So then I go into the room with the doctor and he's like, I have no freaking clue how this happened. Well, he didn't say freaking clue, but he's like, I have no idea, but all your tests came back fine. Like everything is perfect. And I was like, I instantly knew that it was my Heavenly Father who had just done the biggest miracle. And I had asked him and I had told him what I was going to do. And immediately I literally had to run back to work because I was still on my lunch break. And I went back to work and I put in my 2-week notice. I knew that there was no louder calling, and that was God literally speaking right to me. So I put in my 2-week notice. I did not even know how I was going to be able to afford to stay home, especially now, but I just knew like, hey, God has provided for me and he just answered my prayer. How much more is he willing to do for me? Can he do for me if I just ask and if I just really believe? First of all, I think that's the major key, belief. And so I put in my 2-week notice and then I started the business. I reached out to Eliana and I was like, okay, how do I do this? Right. So I got started. I did not have the money to start. So anyone who says that they don't have the money to start, either it can be an excuse or it can be the reason. And I knew that that was my reason, because if I didn't have money to start and I could not afford to pay my phone bill, which is what I asked, to borrow the money for, supposedly to pay for my phone bill, I'm like, how am I going to pay it the next month or the month after or the month after? So it's like, there has to be a point where you see the cycle that you're in and you just got to say enough is enough. So, I was like, okay, I am at my point where I'm just like, it has to be now or never. So, considering the whole thing with my pregnancy, the first 2 months, I really didn't do much. And then all of a sudden they came out with like the bonuses and things like that. People were just running and I was like, all right, so let me go after this money too, I think I only got my first 4 loyal customers and I didn't really do much for 2 months. But then I was like, okay, people are making money left and right. How do I do this? I jumped on the train. Basically, in my 5th month into the business, including the 2 months I didn't do much, I went diamond. I got the $10,000 bonus. I'm not saying that to say like, don't do anything in your first 2 months. I'm just saying like, it doesn't matter if you start slow, you can still pick yourself back up. Okay. That's what I'm trying to say. So 5 months total into the business, $10,000 bonus. I went diamond. 11 months after that, I go triple diamond. I walked into conference as a diamond and I left a month later as a triple. I double promoted. I made $80,000 in bonuses. And, I was just on this fire. I was like on this high. And then of course life hits, and at first, a year ago, I was like so embarrassed to share this part of my story because I was like, I felt like a failure, but I just want to share it with you guys because I know that this business is going to have ups and downs, whether you're a day in or a year in. Just know that if you believe and you trust in yourself and you work on your mind every single day, that even through the valley, you're always going to be looking forward for that mountaintop experience. So, life happened, a whole bunch of life happened. Team, personal things. I had a miscarriage or whatever. So then I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? But then once again, I had like that divine appointment with this guy at a Marriott hotel, at an event. And he just spoke life to me. And I was like, wow, like this guy's struggles and what he went through, but his belief and his trust in God, I was like, I know what he's capable of doing for me. And I just got to believe it again. And that very day I decided to believe and to work hard, and boom, it just happened all over again. That momentum, that high, that running, that, that excitement. And a lot of the funks that we may feel, or this doesn't work or that doesn't work, is really because you're not working. Action will lead to friction. Okay. If you go like this enough, it gets hot. But if you're just like, well, I'm just going to sit here and see who messages me, no one's going to do it. Okay. So put the action, make the friction happen. And before you know it, you're just on fire. So, then I put my mom into the business, and then I promoted her to double diamond, and she made $15,000 in bonuses when she went double, and she got the diamond bonus. So she made $25,000 in bonuses. So anyways, a lot of bonuses, over 100,000 bonuses in the past 3 years with this business. I bought my mom her dream car, helped her with that. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 kids, gymnastics, ballet. I'm busy. I homeschool, but I still find time to work this business. I wake up earlier. I stay, up later, bath time, nap time, whatever it is, I make it happen, because like Christy said, you just have to be the one to say like, okay, this is my busy schedule, but okay, I have these little moments here, and you will find the time. But if you're just like, I'm busy all day, you're already, discarding the fact that you can even do something. So really analyze your schedule. I'm super big on schedules, you guys. Like that is like my number one thing. Like analyze your schedule, break it up hour to hour, and you're going to see you have so much more time than you really think. But okay, so now as far as so that's a little bit about me. Now I'm going presidential. My team's on fire. My team's like, and don't be afraid to like let people come in and out of your business, because sometimes, you know, who you think is like your dream team, maybe that's not who God wants for you just yet, you know, and there's still that one more person that's going to come into your business and blow it up. Okay. So, you know, I just feel like compared to last year when I felt like I had the dream team, looking at it now, I'm like, dang, like this is where it's at. Like God was preparing me to lead these girls, you know? So don't be afraid to wait a little bit, but also don't stop working. Okay. So here are my tips. Be yourself, you guys. Be yourself. One of the major things that people look to is that they can be relatable. So, you know, if you're struggling right now, your struggle is your story. Like I said, it took me a long time to admit, you know, that I was broke. It took me a long time. I remember that was the very first thing that I told Ileana, like, I am not posting that I'm struggling. Like, there's no way. I am not posting that I am not, like, you know, making the type of income people probably think I was making at the station, because I had an image, you know, I was a reporter, I was on television, I had 2 Emmys. But at the moment that I said, hey, like, there was times where I didn't even have groceries. There was times I didn't have, you know, my lights to pay for. People were like, oh my God, no way. Like, that's my situation, you know? And then I just started attracting people that way. So being transparent, being a little vulnerable will go a long way, because people, to be honest, you guys, people cannot relate to me saying I made 100,000 in bonuses from my phone. They're like, yeah, right. Scam, bye. But if I say, hey girl, like, this is my main source of income, but when I first started this business, I didn't even have money for my lights to be turned on. I didn't even have money for groceries. They're like, dang, that's me right now. You know, so meet them where they're at. Meet them where they're at. You know, if you just started and you haven't made money, it does not matter. Where are you now and where do you want to be? That's exactly why people will join you, because they say, okay, Alejandra is struggling, but she wants to go diamond. You might be a week in the business, but if you claim that diamond, if you say, I am going to make $10,000 from my phone, just watch me, people are going to be like, okay, like they're literally going to start watching, you know? And then it's like, you have to just put in the effort and put in the work on a daily basis. I use a lot of stories. So through an Instagram training, I saw people, you'll get more interaction on your feed if you post like once a day. Just a really one good lifestyle post once a day, maybe every day or at least every other day. Okay. So that creates a lot more interaction to your actual feed. But my stories, you guys, are always lit. Every single day. I post when I'm going to piano. I post when I'm going to gymnastics. I post when I'm going to the gym every single day. I post what I eat. You know, I give people nutritional content. You want to make sure that you're providing people a service, not just, you're just saying, buy my card. You know, you need this. Why? Why do I need this card? You know, why do I need this card and not this card? What makes your card so much more special? Why do I need it? Well, you need this card because, oh my God, girl, it's going to make you feel like a bomb millionaire. And you make them feel that emotion, you know? Why do I need to be part of this business? Is it the money? Is it the income? Is it the friends? Is it, you know, what is it? So if you are already experiencing a little bit of those things, post about it. Like, oh my gosh, I just got off the most bomb training with the most bomb individuals, you know, that they're hyping me up, and I'm going diamond in the next, you know, 5 months. Like, I'm so excited to hit my goals, and I'm looking for similar people to hit their goals with me. The people will be hyped up, you know, people want to be part of something. So sharing your story on your Insta story. One thing that I actually learned from one of my distributors is showing your face, because those slides are really cool and all, but when you show your face, even if you're bare face, you know, just woke up, but you're like, oh my God, here I am making my skinny coffee. It's making me lose weight. It tastes so bomb. And you actually physically making it, going back to what Christy said, you're more believable. Now you are an expert in that field, you know, because people don't want to go with people who don't know what they're talking about, or people who show 20 million other results. However, if you don't have your kit, if you're pregnant, if you don't drink coffee, whatever, it's not an excuse. Use what you have in the meantime, but then you get on a product. It can be greens. I was pregnant and all I sold was weight loss. Okay. And that's how I went diamond in 5 months. So if you're, you know, under a circumstance where you can't get the product right this second, or you don't have celery, but who cares? Post who's heard of the celery diet? Who's, you know, who's done, who's ever juiced, you know, things like that. Because juicing itself is really tedious. So it's like putting that in your story with you as the image. You know, people are going to be attracted to that versus just pictures of product. You know, I can show you the celery, or I can say like, oh my gosh, you guys, I just got this celery thing, you know, I'm about to try it. Let's see what's up. Like, you know, like drinking it, people are gonna be like, oh, okay, I want whatever she's doing. And then just showing how this is part of your lifestyle. I think that's something that's really, really important because people are too busy. People don't have money. People have all these excuses, and you can use those same excuses and use them as reasons. Like, I remember when I was so busy, I didn't even have time to see my kids. And now here I am 24/7 with them, and then maybe the picture can be something funny, like, in the good and the bad. When my house looks like a mess, at least I'm with my kids. But then at the same time, I can afford to get my house professionally clean thanks to this business, So it's like, be real, show how this business is working in your life. I think that's something very, very crucial versus just saying, join my team. Join my team, join my team. Nobody wants to join your team because they don't know what your team is or does, or why should I join? What makes your team so special? So let them know how it's helped you, and you be your best product. You're not selling a product. You're not selling a business. You're selling yourself. Okay. And that's what attraction marketing is. It's the fact that you brand yourself and you sell yourself. Everyone knows I go to the gym. Everyone knows I love donuts. Everyone knows I have 2 little girls, and everyone knows I homeschool. Why? Because every single day, Haley, you should have told me to look cute, girl. So we're recording. But every single day I'm posting about those things. So it's like, if you are, if you have, and you're like, well, I don't have anything, find something. Do you like cats? Like, do you like to knit? Do you like to run? Whatever it is about you, let people know, like, this is who I am. Make sure that when someone goes to your profile, they leave feeling better about themselves, that they feel like they learned something, and then they feel like they need something else, meaning that they'll come back. So I think those are the top 3 things when it comes to attraction marketing, that they learned, that they, what did I say? That they learned something, that they need something, and that they want to come back for more. Okay. I think those are really crucial. And if you give them that through your lifestyle, you're creating content, not just putting out posts. Okay. It's content versus post, which is super different. You can say, like, here's my celery, or you could be sipping on your celery on the daily. I know so many of my girls, their biggest product is coffee, because every morning, whether it's a rerun of the coffee that they did from 2 weeks ago or a brand new one, they're constantly posting about it. So you have to be a product of the product. And that doesn't mean the physical product. It means a product of the business, a product of the lifestyle, a product of, your vision. And I think that's a challenge that we should take very seriously, that Christy put out. It's like, tell people where you're going. Where there is no vision, the people perish. If you don't tell people that you're going places, no one's going to want to go with you. No one wants to follow a blind person. So I think those are my biggest tips. Be yourself, be fun, be genuine. A lot of people say, like, oh, but you're so good on camera, because you're a reporter, but I'm so shy. If you literally just practice first, at least what you're going to say. Instagram has the feature where you could do the hands-on. You can literally do it 5 times and no one would ever see it because you're not live. But then you post it to your stories and it's still very personal. It's still you talking, And just remember, you guys, you're talking to your cell phone. That's all it is. You're not talking in public in front of thousands of people. It's literally just your screen and you're talking to you, So look at it that way, or make it fun and have your kid on your hip so you can, a lot of people, they're like, oh, your girls are so cute. Like, they might not even hear what I say, but it's like my kids are saying it, so it's like super cute, and then people start asking, So brand yourself. Make sure that you're creating content. Make sure that you're creating something that people want to come back for, and then just have fun. I think that's the major thing. Have fun. Don't be a copy of somebody else, because nobody wants that. Be you. And I think that's basically it. Oh, stories every day. Stories about your life, not just the product of business.
You are the bomb. Okay, so just like that last little thing she said is actually really important, you guys. When you have business and product, make sure you mix in that personal stuff. If you get a package, be like, oh my gosh, Amazon stole my money again. Look what's in the package. And it might be like a cute shirt for your kids. Like, people like to see that random stuff, and it takes you 2 seconds, literally. You just have to be conscious of that sort of stuff with your story. And what she said to you guys, take the challenge very seriously, and then don't just talk about it once. Don't just talk about it, when now and then when you hit it. Talk about it, at least once a week, at least, talk about it often, because you're going to be replanting that seed. And like, if they didn't see the first post, when you talk about it in 2 months when you hit it, or 3 months when you hit it, they're going to be like, hey, don't know what you're talking about. So talk about it consistently and constantly. Sometimes people for me, like when I felt like I put out a big goal, I was like, oh my gosh, are they going to think like I'm just talking about me and I don't care about them? But like I shared on my video last night, I'm just going to tell you guys really quick. A huge thing is that people's motivation, their first motivation for doing this business is probably going to be something that is materialistic. It just is. And that's okay. Anyone who ever did anything great in the world, that's usually why they started. And that's okay, because through that, you're going to help people. Through that, you're going to find your love for the business, your love for yourself, your love for all of your team and everything like that. It's just inevitable and it will happen. And so don't be afraid to put that out there, because I did for a minute. And, you know, I felt like, oh my gosh, like they're just going to think that I'm just greedy. So why would they join my team? You know, because I'm just talking about my big old fracking house, you know? And then I'm like, no, I am creating a vision for people who we are raised to not have a vision. We are raised to do a 9-to-5 and just make it. Just make it, you know? Like, I believe my number one calling in life is being a mom, you know? But at the same time, does that mean that I have to struggle every day? Absolutely not. My vision is being a mom and taking my kids to freaking Rome and Paris and Hawaii and living in our big old house and having all of our friends and our team in our big old house in our backyard and pool parties and all that. That's my vision. Yeah, I got a bougie family vision. That's mine, you know? And I'm creating that vision for people who are like, wait, that's like a real thing? Like you can actually do that? Because people don't know. Because outside of this business, that's not taught. That's not seen. That's not like a real thing. And that's why sometimes people have a hard time, and you might even have a hard time putting the pieces together that this is possible, but it is. And so don't be afraid to put out those big things all the time, every time, all that kind of stuff.
And then, Christy, sorry, one more thing. I think like sometimes they say, sometimes you have to lend people your motivation. Sometimes you have to lend people your inspiration. So it's like, you have to lend them your vision. And once they, because like, for example, I didn't even work on my mindset until after I went triple. I didn't really know the importance of it until now that I'm in the business. So imagine like us as leaders, we know the importance of mindset, but maybe some people don't. Some people didn't grow up that way. So you have to share with them your vision and what you want. And it's like, you know, what do you want to get out of life? That's like, you know, like you said, maybe it's not just being a mom, like it's being a bougie mom, maybe, you know, or just being able to provide type of mom. It's not even about that. It's just a provide type of mom. You know what I mean? And or just like share your experience. Like growing up, I wasn't in any of these activities because it wasn't something that was plausible. But it's like now you get to, and you know that there's other moms who wish they could. So share it, you know, share your vision. Someone said, what happens if I posted a goal and I didn't hit it? Keep shooting for it, because then what happens is then you quit on yourself, and that speaks louder than your actual failure. So keep going, set a bigger goal, and just say, you know what, like maybe I'm just one step closer. You know, you don't have to tell people, oh, I didn't hit my goal, I didn't go diamond by, you know, this day. Because I don't think anyone wrote down the fact that you said you were going to go diamond, you know, July 31st at 9 p.m. Nobody wrote it down except you.
I have put out goals, you guys, that I didn't hit. Like there was probably like a 10-month period where every single month I said I was going presidential. And this was the first time on my 1.0 account. And I was like, presidential, it's happening, presidential, it's happening, presidential. And it didn't even happen until the next year. But I was like, who freaking cares? Who freaking cares? If I was making, you guys, and if you have watched the video on the team page where I go over my checks, like my freaking first presidential check was like $32,000. Do you think it's okay that I put out that I was going presidential and I didn't hit it until technically like 10 months later? Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm glad that I kept going. It's fine, you know? But you just have to have that long-term vision. And I think it's important too, what Alejandra said, like, just have fun, you guys. Like, it's hard work, but it's fun. It's fun if you make it. Okay, so Alejandra and I could just finish out 3 hours of this if we really wanted to. So We'll move on. Okay, Eliana, guys, she got ready for this, so I'm gonna give her as much time as she wants. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so you guys, Eliana is awesome, amazing. She is a top 25 incomer. Oh my gosh, so proud of you. Brand new mom, and presidential diamond, almost ambassador diamond, but it doesn't matter because she's top 25, so who cares? You have to unmute yourself. It won't let me unmute you.
No, I am.
Oh, you are? Okay. Okay. So you can just go ahead and take it away. And I love yours too, because your posts are very, very, very good. And pictures are very, very, very good. And they attract the crap out of people. And you've always been doing it. So.
Thank you. You guys are sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So yes, I am a new mom. Hi guys. My name's Eliana. For those that don't know, I've been in the business for, 5.5 years now. And I just had my little baby, and she is a month and a half, so it's been amazing. I survived that first month, thank the Lord. And okay, guys, so attraction marketing. This has been one of my biggest things since the very beginning. Well, I wouldn't say since the very beginning. Let me scratch that. You guys, the very beginning, I used to post really, really bad. I had literally 6 before and after posts, right next to each other. It was terrible. It was back in the day when it was, the black, green, and bling, and the things that you do not want to do. Okay. Back in the day, I had no idea what the heck Instagram was. I literally had just opened an account, and I was like, okay, I did not even like Facebook. So I still don't really like Facebook. But anyway, we just didn't know what we were doing back in the day. And thankfully, there's so many things that are, the way social media is now. I mean, so many things are changing, apps, you name it, ways of growing your business on social media. I saw this, this quote one of my friends posted the other day, and it's so true. If your business isn't on social media, then your business is out of business. And so I was like, bam, I'm going to repost that, because that is so, so good, you guys. If you're not putting your business out there, do not expect to grow. Do not expect for having people, be interested in anything that you're doing or saying, because you're not putting it out there. I get a lot of the times, and this is kind of one of my biggest pet peeves. If you want to get a coaching call with me or something, some of my team even, and then I go into your Instagram and it's been months since you've posted, or if it's been months since you've sent out a message. So it's kind of I'm being a little bit more picky in those things now. It's okay, go do the work and then we'll talk. Because how could you have a coaching call if you know what you got to do? And you know what? I was just watching a podcast from Pam Sauter. We all know what we have to do. We all know how to get a customer, how to get a distributor. You know how to do it, you guys. You all know here. But you just get you get all worked up that you don't know how to do it, but really it's just in the action, And every day, you guys, honestly, it's getting back to the basics, getting into self-development every single day. And you guys, I will tell you that even being 5.5 years in this business still, I think this past month has been the hardest for me, being a mom, first month or whatever. But I will say that self-development is what's getting me back on track. It has been so amazing. Every single day I'm playing a video, whether it's Mel Robbins, whether it's Jim Rohn, whether it's Pam Sauter, or even just watching trainings from our own team, okay? And that's literally lit a fire inside me, and I'm okay, I'm okay. Nothing's wrong with me. It's just the first 30 days of motherhood. And I was so used to this life, you guys, and here's the thing. In this business, life is going to happen, right? We're going to have kids. We're going to lose family members. We're going to have, things, ups and downs, all kinds of roller coasters. And so at the end of the day, you guys, your business is here. It's going to have your back all the time, but you have to also be in it. You have to know when to pick yourself back up, and self-development is what will put your butt, right back where you need it to be, because it'll put you back on track, to be honest. And if your mind is not right, you need to just realize that. You need to catch yourself, and then you need to go and feed your mind with some positivity. But before all that, so before you could start the attraction marketing, which I was going to tell you guys a few things here, make sure your mind is right, you guys. And if it's not, just just go and get it right. It's not overnight, but here's the thing. Every day, every action will count, you know? I used to be like, well, all or nothing kind of thing. That was just kind of my thing. Like I'm kind of a perfectionist that sometimes it's kind of a bad thing. But at the end of the day, you guys, now I'm just counting my wins. Being a mom, you cannot get everything done. Let's just be completely honest. You can't get everything done on your list every day, but see, what are your wins? Clap for your wins. What are you doing every single day? The other day I put out a goal. I wanted 3 loyal customers. I got 2, and I'm like, all right. I wanted to do a million different things in that list, but I only got maybe like halfway done, and that's okay. And now as far as posting, you guys, one of the biggest things with posting and just in the business, honestly, I was like and I'm just going to be super, super honest, you guys. I was kind of like overthinking it. Like, I literally lost my brain for a second. Like, what do I post? What do I act like? I'm a new mom. I just kind of stopped for a second, and I wouldn't say like stopped like completely, but I'm saying like I was just so overwhelmed, and all it is getting started back up. Like, just post. Sometimes people come to me and they're like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to post. I don't know this. I don't know that. Oh, I can't think of something inspirational. Like, you guys, just get on a video, go watch things, make a post, and sorry, I don't know if somebody's not muted. Get inspired, make a post, and this is one of the number one things, you guys. Get ready. Get ready. And Christy always told me all the time, go shower, go get ready, go do your hair, because walking around in pajamas and in a bun, it can only go long. It can only go so long before you're starting to feel crappy. So honestly, how do you get your confidence up? You got to feel good about yourself. You do what makes you feel good during the day. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Hey, Bernice, you keep on muting, and I keep muting you, but you keep on muting yourself. Keep yourself muted, please. Okay, sorry.
No worries. So do what makes you feel good during the day. If you're stressed, if you're overwhelmed for a second, go outside, go take a walk, go get an ice cream, whatever it is you got to do, you guys. But do not sit there and wait for like the perfect emotion or the perfect time to do something. Just get started. And then honestly, one of the biggest and most exciting things is that once you get the ball rolling, you guys, it's like you're so excited that you don't want to stop it. And all it takes is just literally one day. I know for me it does. I don't know about others, but for me it does. It just takes one day to get right back up. So now, as far as the post, being a mom, you guys, what I have learned, because I've been having to literally learn how to work my business all new again, because I did it for 5 years, but by not being a mom, and it was just kind of completely different, is simplicity. Like, just keep it simple. Do not overthink things. Like, there's this post that I made that it literally got so much feedback and so many messages. I'll show you guys. Oh, not this one. Sorry. It was so simple. I told Caesar, take me a picture right here. And I was like, I just put up a little preset, and here it is, you guys. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, let me see. Well, you can't see the writing.
Yeah,
but
we can see.
There's supposed to be writing on there. And it was literally, let me read it to you guys. If you're a goal getter, all you need is your phone to build a successful business. If you've ever thought about making an extra income working from your phone, I would love to teach you how. Inbox me for details. Super simple, you guys. There's like the little wording or whatever. But like, I used to literally, I'm not saying that I used to overthink things, but just make it simple for you guys. Do not.
Oh, let's be honest. Sometimes you guys.
Yes, I overthink things, but make it simple for you guys, because you'll sit there and you'll overwhelm yourself like a bajillion times. And
let me just tell you, when we would go on trips, sometimes we'd both get home and we're frozen. We don't know what to say. Like, we just had the best time of our lives. And I'm like, just put up a post. Eliana's like, but I can't. Like, it has to be perfect. I'm like, just put up a damn post.
But you're a mom and I wasn't. Now I get it. So for example, yesterday, you guys, I actually got ready. I was feeling good, and we went out to Shark Reef. We got out of the house, aka another tip from Christy, get out of the house for a second, right? And so anyway, I literally just did a cute little post with my baby, and this is one of the things that works out for me all the time. All the time. Like, if I'm talking to somebody in particular, if it's literally just a little message, it says this: hey babe, if you've been on the fence about joining my team, you're struggling financially, you want a better life for your family, this is seriously the best time to join. Why? And then I give them a little reason and I say, call to action, send me a message and let's connect. And it's always different. It's not the same little thing every single time, but I always do it with a selfie, you guys. And I'm talking to just one person, like, hey mama, hey girl, whatever it is you want to say. Not like, hey girls, I'm specifically talking to somebody because I want them to feel an emotion like, oh my gosh, yes, that speaks to me. And so that's actually one of the biggest things that always gets me a lot of messages in my inbox, you guys. Just take a cute selfie and put it up there. That's actually my way of inviting people for the business. It's super simple and I don't even have to overthink it. And another thing, you guys, I'll be completely honest, I'm not up to date with like Unfold and all these cute little over apps and whatnot. I usually take a lot of like cute stories that are already made from like out there just because I cannot overwhelm myself just sitting there trying to make a post. But I will say this. These posts, I will tell you how simple I get them. Hold on. Let me see if I can see how to. I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay, there we go. Now we got it, right? Okay, simple. So what did I do? I went to Google and I typed in peach background, okay, or like just orange background, pastel, whatever. I uploaded it and then I went and copy and pasted a picture one at a time. I don't know if you guys knew that you could do that, but you could just copy your picture and paste it right on your story. And then I just add the wording. Boom, you guys. I didn't have to use no over app, no Unfold, no nothing that I was going to sit there and overwhelm myself with. And then all of a sudden I have a poopy diaper or something and there goes the post, right? So I just needed to make things like a lot simpler for me. And that's what I've been doing, guys. These past few days, it's been so amazing. And then this is honestly the way that I share my lifestyle. So it says, this is what it looks like to be able to work from home with my hubby. And then I said, family time, snuggles, kisses, all meals together, happiness, freedom, love, health, and wealth. And it's so simple, you guys. And that's literally a lifestyle post on your stories. Like sometimes the smallest, shortest things can go way longer than like this big old post that sometimes people could just scroll through, right? But honestly, those are the kind of things that I'm like loving to post right now. For example, the other day I did this one. So I put my office, AKA the kitchen, and then I was talking about the keto coffee and just working, working with my keto coffee number 2, and I was just talking about it. But just having fun, you guys, that's another thing, okay? Here's another thing that I also realized. If you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong, okay? You're doing something wrong because you guys, this business is so much fun. Like, come on. You just get to work from your phone. You get to take cute pictures and, put cute presets on it or whatever and post it. I mean, and you're literally messaging people. Like, it's really not that hard. I mean, at the end of the day, you choose your hard. What kind of hard do you want? Yes, it's hard to go to a 9-to-5 job and leave your kids and all that. And it's hard also to build a business. I just choose this kind of hard. I love building a business with an uncapped income, unlimited opportunities, and I know that I'm not going to sit there and be at a job that I hate for 9 to 5, I was at the time like 12 hours, the last job I quit at, and for a set hourly wage, you guys. So just do not overthink it. Get excited, get happy. The biggest thing too about my that I can actually vouch for and I can tell you guys is be original. Here's the thing, like, do not copy and paste posts. And I will say that I get inspired by some people's posts, but I will always, if I get a little snippet of somebody's post, I will always make it my own by inserting like literally half of it mine. Because it's not about switching 1 or 2 words. Like, I will literally insert like half of the entire post that has to do with me and my life, and I'll add a little bit more to it. But you guys, when you put your own energy, your own originality into your posts and your own thoughts, your own personality, you guys, people are going to feel that, they're going to sense that, and they're going to be more attracted to that. And then you're going to see that you can naturally attract customers and distributors if you just be original, you guys. That's one thing I've always been from the very, very beginning. I just love making posts like that. And it honestly has worked out. So another thing is transferring emotion, you guys. You always want to transfer emotion, whether it's to one person or something general, but you want to make sure that you're transferring some type of emotion in all your posts, and that it's not just like make $500, blah, 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 text opportunity, whatever. Like, you want to say, why do people need those extra $500, or share the vision, share your goals, share what it's doing for others. Another thing that I love doing, you guys, especially now, is showing the freedom of simply like being able to be at home with my baby every single second, those bath times, or like talking about meals, like having all family, all the meals as a family. Like, come on, you guys, let's be honest. I mean, for me, I gotta at least speak for myself. I grew up with parents that always lived paycheck to paycheck, where meals at home were kind of like, they weren't there. We either ate on our own or whatever. And so meals with family, I mean, it can be something as little as that, paying for gas, paying for your nails, adding some more to your savings. You don't have to have this crazy successful story to be able to make an attractive post. Sometimes the smallest things can go a long ways. For example, like this one, like this post, simple. I was like saying that I got 2 loyal customers, and then I inserted something about, being able to not miss any time at home with my baby, just working and snuggling with her and being in my pajamas, things like that. And it was kind of like, towards the product and also the business, but it's something so inviting. If you guys go to my Instagram, it's just inviting. It's just like, I'm inviting you into my life, into everything that's going on. Also being, just being myself, showing my life and things like that, without being like a billboard. Like, you want to sprinkle it works into your life. You don't want to like forget about you and then become this salesy kind of person. And if you were to just literally go to my Instagram, if you were just some random person, you probably wouldn't be able to tell that I have a business, because it's a lot of lifestyle pictures. But when you go and, actually start reading a lot of those posts, they are all about business in some way or another. And then at the end of the day, they are going to contact you, whether it's now, a few weeks from now, but you're going to be having, those seeds grow. So just one of the biggest things is getting those seeds watered, and water them by, stories and posts throughout the day. And just be confident in yourself, you guys. And how you gain your confidence, and I heard it from Pam Sauter, from Mel Robbins, is by taking action. Because if you do not take action, your confidence will decrease every single day. So just make sure you write that down, you guys. You gain confidence by taking action. And another thing I learned today, and it was actually through another self-development video, it was so good. If you have a problem that can be taken care of by action, you do not have a problem. So I hope you guys can take that and learn a few things.
I love that. So you guys, just reiterating really quick something that she said. If you looked at her Instagram, I would say probably 95% of the posts are business, but the pictures don't look like it. So I urge you guys all to go to your Instagrams, go to your Facebooks, and if something looks salesy, green, black, and bling. For Instagram, like it's more strict than Facebook, but no green, black, and bling on Facebook or Instagram. For Instagram, like, don't screenshot like a picture of your post from Facebook that has words on it, like words with the background, whatever, like none of that. Every single picture on your Instagram should be a photo that you have taken in real life, or maybe from like Pinterest that flows with the rest of your Instagram. If it doesn't match, don't post it. Like, literally, if you're not in the picture, family's not in the picture, you didn't take it, or it doesn't match, don't post it, for real. And then something else too, you guys, with attraction marketing, this is what's going to help you grow your network a ton. This is what's going to help you get the followers, get the views, get the likes, get the comments, but then please be actively messaging the likes, messaging the comments, messaging the views, especially in the beginning, because if you don't and you just sit there, like Eliana said, and you're just like, and like Alejandra said, like, guys, where are you at? Oh my gosh. People will come to you as your page starts to get better and better on Facebook and Instagram. But I will say this, your business will be a quarter of what it possibly could if you don't reach out to people, especially as you're growing your network. So don't forget that little like work part. That's a super important part. I'm adding people. And I've told you guys this before, if I'm in the bathroom and I have my phone, I'm adding people. If I'm cooking dinner, I'm adding people, because that's one of those things that like should be done consistently, but it's so easy to forget, but it's so important. Okay, so there was a lot of little nuggets there. Okay, so Caroline, hello. See you sitting there all patient.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, so I know it's like already almost 8 o'clock, so I won't take forever, but I'm Caroline. I'm a triple diamond. I've been with It Works for 3 years now. I'm an Army wife. I have 3 young kids, and I love attraction marketing, and like Christy said, I also love messaging. So I do 2 parts. But I'll just throw out like a few tips that I have. I mean, like you guys already covered so much, but
you have a lot of interaction. That's what I love about yours. You've always had a lot of interaction, and I'm like, where's she getting all her likes from?
I think it's a few things. I know, exactly who I am. And I grow my network on purpose with like-minded people or people that I have, common interests with. And I don't pigeonhole myself into one thing. Like I'm only going to add Army wives. Like there's different facets of me, and I recognize those things. Like, I'm from the South, so I'm also like a little bit sassy, and I like humor. And, when people come to my page, like they know, like I want to make them feel happy, and like I just know what it is about myself, and I look for that in people who I'm adding, and I add really consistently too. And then the other side of that is like when I interact with people, like no matter who it is, I don't care if I just added you yesterday and I'm starting to interact with you, like you're gonna be my best friend. Like I'm gonna interact with you like you're already my best friend. Like you're my girlfriend. Like we go way back. I'm gonna comment on your stuff. Like I'm gonna make you feel like we're so close. And I think that just automatically makes people feel comfortable coming to me, because they know that, we're just already tight. Like we already got it like that. So I would say, do that. Don't be afraid. And so many times people are like, oh, I don't know. Like I can't add people. Like I don't know them, they don't know me. No, it doesn't matter. They're going to get to know you, like through your posts and through interacting with them. Just add them and just be their BFF and get to know them that way. And then you can talk to them and grow an even better relationship. The other thing I wanted to say is something like, if for people who are brand new as far as products, because I know when you first start, it can be really overwhelming. Like we have a lot of products and all the products are amazing. But if you're brand new and you want to grow that attraction with products, focus on like 1 to 3 products to talk about really consistently, like every single day. Like if you just got your kit, like, and you just talk about the coffee every day. I don't care, like if you're waiting for more product, like split your coffee packets in half or something, but just like talk about a few products really, really consistently, because people are going to be watching you over time. And like, especially when you're first starting out, like you have to be so consistent, because people have seen the industry long enough that they know that the majority of people who start don't finish, like leave after, their first few weeks or months or whatever. So your audience is watching you to see if you're going to quit, like to see if you are going to stick with it and if they can put their trust in you. So be so consistent with what you're focusing on and what you want to give to people, that they see that they can put their trust in you, because nobody's going to reach out to you to either join your team or, order product from you if they think that you're going to be gone in a few days. And you have to build that trust through, the basics of the biz that people that we're always telling you, just posting consistently, reaching out to people, following up with people. Then they're going to see that you're there for them. Let's see. Also, going live like really helps with attraction. If you're scared, don't be. Like, it's just open up your life, and who cares, like if your kids are running around crazy in the background, or you just, I don't know, just whatever you're doing. It doesn't even have to be directly about the product or the business. Like maybe you're just, going on a family trip that day and you have your coffee with you in the car and you're just like talking about what you're going to do that day. And then you just kind of slip in there that, oh, you're so grateful that you have the freedom to like go do this, or that you, like for so long you wanted the extra funds to be able to take your family to the zoo, and now you can. And then just talk about what you're going to do at the zoo. So just like get creative and just go live, because the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll be with it, and it just opens up your network so much more. And people see that you're real, that you're not just like a picture or a post, that you're a real person who they can relate even more to. I'm trying to see if I have anything else that you guys haven't already covered. Let's see. Oh, the only other thing I would say is, I love what Eliana said about like how don't overthink your posts, especially if you're busy, like just get the post up. But I also, especially for distributors, I post with intention. So when I have conversations with potential distributors, I look at their excuses or their objections. It's usually the same things. Like they're scared they won't be successful. They're scared they won't know anyone. It's the same things over and over again. So when I make posts, they are my lifestyle, but I'm addressing an objection of what, like, that somebody has given me. And a lot of times, maybe it's someone who I just talked to like the night before or earlier that day, and I'm thinking about that person. And I'm like, I want that person to see this, and I want to overcome their objection through my post. I want them to see that they can do this. So you don't have to overthink the wording, like just be you in your lifestyle, but think about, some of the reasons that people give you that they can't do this or won't do this, and address it in your post that way and help ease their fears, because it's kind of like an unspoken follow-up to them. But I think that's all I have that you guys haven't already covered, unless you have another question for me.
No, I actually really, really, really love that, because you guys, like, I do the same thing with my posts, and it's almost like sometimes when you like go too hard at a potential with their objection, they're like, okay, you're just trying to convince me. And then they'll usually get convinced, but then they'll start, and then they'll still have the fear and the objection. But when they see that post and they're like, you're right, like she's busy, I'm busy, I could do this. They made that decision to start themselves. And so they have more confidence in their decision to start. So I love that, you guys. And honestly, if you're messaging, like, that's literally the perfect way to make your posts every single day. Like, you never have a question on how. And you guys go freaking live. It's funny because as I'm like being pregnant, it's like, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go live. I'm going to go live right now. I have all this stuff to say. Like, I'll be in the shower and I'll have like all these wonderful things to say. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm so hyped, blah, blah, blah. And then I get in that shower and I'm like, I'm freaking tired. But I had so much awesome stuff to say. So what I have to do, like even with earlier, I was like, I'm feeling tired right now. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, take my phone, start the live. Because if you just take your phone and start the live and don't try to set it up perfectly, whatever, and you just start it, you'll finish it. Like, it's funny because I was just videotaping Erin running around, and then I was like, well, I didn't have anyone for the opportunity call, so we might as well fill up our chart on the thing. And then I just was hyped, and I was just going, and I was like, all right, it's flowing, it's working. Like, I'm hyped, they're hyped, it's all good. Like, I have a huge testimony that, like, you guys, if you feel an urge to make a post or message a person or say something or go live or tell someone something, like, just do it. Just do it, because it's totally for a reason and it's never by accident. So run with those urges even when you don't feel like it. Because after I did that live video, I was like, I am hyped. Like, let's go. And I was so excited. But anyways, so all right.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, of course.
But just remember that there's someone that you admire that's scared, and they're probably peeing their pants every time they go live, aka Ileana. So, and she's beast. So
hey, she's gotten better.
Yeah, but don't be scared. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, it takes, and now she's gotten better, but because she practiced, you know? And so just practice and then you'll get better. Okay.
Yes. And you guys, it's so true though. Like your growth on your social media, when you go live, it just freaking like, it's way different. They're like, oh, like I'm videotaping Erin running around and like, you could see all these cups on my counter and they're like, if this bee can make this much money a month, and she's like got like I love my house. It's beautiful. She's got a normal size house. It's like half messy. We had just cleaned up, so that was nice. You know, like, then why can't I? You know, because I'm showing them like, hey guys, I'm still like a real person. I just put in the work, you know? So, okay, we'll go on to Mikkel. Hi, and you guys, congratulations to Mikkel. I keep having to shout her out because she keeps being a top enroller. She was shouted out on the corporate call again for being a top enroller, and I'm super freaking proud of her. And it's funny, you guys, because this is her second time in the business, and she's a total rock star and a completely different person, and she's just like baller now. So I'm super proud of you. Okay, so, and you're great at attraction marketing, obviously. So let me unmute you. It's not letting me unmute anybody, apparently.
There we go.
Okay, there you go. I will just let you take it away.
Stop. Okay, do you want me to share any story or just dive into it?
Yeah. Share your story a little bit.
Okay, I'll just do really quick. So, yeah, like you said, this is actually my second time. So, since like the very first time, it's been about like almost 3.5 years. I found this. I was in a really, really bad situation, an abusive marriage, and he's in the military. We lived in the absolute middle of nowhere, didn't know a single soul. And I had my son while he was deployed, and he came back, and it was fairly evident that we had to get the heck out of there. I had no experience. I had no college degree, nothing. I was like, how the heck am I gonna provide for my son? And I couldn't go out and get a job. I didn't know anybody, and the childcare on base was like, anyways, it was bad. And so I was like, what the heck am I gonna do? Enter this business, godsend. And I had no freaking idea what I was doing. My enroller, she had just started. She didn't know what she was doing. That poor girl. I messaged her like a billion times a day, like, what's this mean? What's that mean? What's that mean? And it was bad. But I had no idea what the heck I was doing, but I was on fire. I made a decision right then and there that no matter what happened, no matter how hard it got, no matter what happened, I was never going to quit. I just took it off the table immediately. And I went Ruby in a month and a half and earned the $1,000 bonus they had at the time. And I was making more in fast starts than I was in actual paychecks. And those fast starts, when I took paychecks, I made enough to get the heck out of there. And it was absolutely amazing. So I was able to provide for me and my son, who was just a year old at the time. And I was almost charted for double diamond as a Ruby, because I was just signing distributors left and right because I was just so freaking hella excited about what I had my hands on. But then life hit hard. The divorce was super like stressful and scary, and just a scary situation. And so I put the business on the back burner, which I majorly regret, because I would so be ambassador by now if I hadn't done that. But that's just part of my story as well. So I put it on the back burner. I was still, making enough to take care of me and my son, but it was going down. And so I shortly after that married my dream man, my husband, and he's my best friend in high school. And so we got married super fast, and we had been married for about like 6 months. And I was still like sort of ish, like working the business, like posting around top, like not actually real work. And so we were laying in bed one night, and my husband was working 3 jobs just to pay the bills. He was never home. Trying to blend a family when you're not actually together is basically impossible. And so it was stress central. It was insane. He was gone all the time. We still weren't breaking even. And we were laying in bed one night and he was like, look, like you need to go out and get a job. Like we have to pay the bills. And I just like broke down because ever since my whole life since I've been born, being a mother is my calling in life. My family is my purpose. The reason that I exist, it is the reason why I'm here. And so the reality of having to leave my child and fork over 80% of my paycheck for somebody else to raise him just didn't make sense to me. But that was our reality. And so it was kind of a wake up call that I was like, hold up, like I have this amazing opportunity I have my hands on where I can stay home with him. What am I doing? And then lo and behold, I get a message from Christy the next day being like, hey girl, so I want you like going to, I know your potential, let's do this. And I was like, all right, well, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is. So I actually I re-signed up, and it's been a year and a half almost to the day today that I did that. I'm now triple diamond and going presidential, and it is completely and totally changed our life. So signing distributors is, I feel, kind of like my jam. I absolutely love it. It is.
Well, don't be lying though, because you sign hella BV and hella customers too. So just saying.
I can sign BV, yes, but signing distributors is like my passion. Like it's like my love. And attraction marketing is basically how I do that. Like the majority of people come to me. I do still message, and especially in the beginning, messaging is super, super important. But the majority of them do come to me because of attraction marketing. So attraction marketing is attracting a market, right? So what is attractive? The number one most important thing that is attractive is being hella excited. In the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing, but I was ignorance on fire until people were like, holy crap, what is she doing? Well, she's excited about it. I want to hop on board. Being excited is the number one most important thing that is attractive, and being confident. Being confident eases people's fears, because what's the number one objection you hear more than absolutely anything when you're talking to a potential distributor? I'm afraid. Whether it's afraid they're not going to do well, whether it's afraid of this, that, or the other, they're afraid. Being confident eliminates those fears, because they immediately, if you're that confident, you must know what you're doing. You must know what you have your hands on. And so they're going to immediately put their trust in you. So being excited, being confident, and being positive. We as humans have an innate desire we are drawn to light. We are drawn to positivity. We are drawn to happiness. That's why if you go to like the biggest, hugest bloggers on Instagram that have like 80 billion trillion followers, and you read their stuff, they're freaking positive. And that's why. It's because people are drawn to that naturally. So you don't want to be posting anything negative. You don't want to be cussing people out or, doing whatever. Like, you want to be a source of light in people's lives. And not only is that going to attract potentials to you, but that's also going to help the distributors you already have as well. That's going to help them feel more comfortable coming to you for help. What else is attractive? Good quality posts. You are in the business now of social media. So your social media better look good. Making your social media look good is a skill. And it is one that you need to be willing to develop. So educate yourself. What's popping on social media right now? It's stories and videos. So do stories and videos. If you don't feel like you know how to do good stories and videos, YouTube, research it. There are so many tools at your disposal that you have the opportunity to learn. You have the opportunity to educate yourself on this. So do it. Go to YouTube, spend hours, dive into it, figure out how to make good Instagram stories, how to make good videos. And the most important thing, the foundation obviously of this is posting, right? That's how people know what you're doing. So have pretty pictures. Don't be like in the shadows, in the dark with like blurry, fuzzy pictures that no one can even see what the heck it is. Like, go in front of a window, have good lighting. The light should be in front of your face, not behind it, just so you know. Have good quality photos. This is your job. This is how you are providing for your family. You're making a living or, whatever. So get good at it and learn how to get good at it. Be willing to do that. Be willing to invest the time to learn how. What else is attractive? Quality posts. Caroline kind of talked about this a little bit, but Having quality posts, they need to be positive. That draws people in. If you want to inspire, you have to get inspired. The majority of my posts are overcoming objections, which is what we just talked about. The objections I hear from my potentials are, I don't have enough time, so I show how it fits around my life. Or, I'm afraid I won't succeed. I was too, but as long as you dedicate willing to learn, you're good. Like, you know, like the objections you hear, my posts are either that or the things I hear on self-development. If you are doing personal development every single day, which you should if you want to be successful, you're always going to have something to say because you're always going to be inspired. You're always going to be, you can't pour from an empty cup, right? So having that personal development every day, you're always going to have something to say. What else is attractive? Being personal and relatable. I just went on a live where I was talking about how this fits around my real everyday mom life. And as I'm like holding my like crying baby, he vomits all over my shirt on the live. I was like, well, that wasn't scripted, but perfect timing, buddy. Like, this is real life. And I mean, on my phone, I've been watching, I've got like 6 messages of people being like, oh, look, you too. Like, I'm a mom. Being personal and relatable. People relate more to the grit and the everyday relatable things of life than they do about, this is my mansion and everything's right. Because most people are in that situation right now. They need something that seems attainable to them. So casting that vision of what is possible is super important. So I mix those, you know, like, this is our dream car that we just bought, and this is all the debt we paid off and things like that, mixed with, hey, look, I just filled up my gas tank. Hey, look, I just paid for my groceries. Those little everyday things, because people relate more to that because that's the situation that they're currently in and that's what they need help with right now in the moment. What else is attractive? Piquing curiosity. If it works is in your bio, take it off. If you're posting, you know, it works is so great, here's, you know, greens or here's coffee or whatever, like, that's great. But people, they already have all of the information. So my husband, baby, can you come hold him?
Yeah, I'm just making you food.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. He's like right behind me. What was I saying? Oh yeah, curiosity. So my husband, he's actually been growing his whole karate school, which is like his life stream, and he gets to do that now, which is amazing. But as I've been trying to help him a lot actually with this attraction marketing to his school. And so one thing I told him was like, I was looking at his website and I was like, take the prices off. And he's like, okay. And I was like, now people have to come to you and you control the conversation. And because of that, his school's doubled now. He has twice as many students. So you don't want to give all of the information away in a post. You want to pique the curiosity so that they're like almost forced to message you, and then you control the conversation. You get to ask the questions, you get to direct the conversation of where you want to go, and then your confidence seals the deal. So I never post like, look at collagen, I absolutely love it. I like show myself like blending it up, and I'm like, I get to drink my skincare, my skin's glowing, and people are like, what is that? If you can pique that curiosity where people message you, that's the goal, that's what you want. Let's see. Did I have anything else to say? Oh, yes. The other part of, so we've kind of covered the attraction part of the marketing. Now the actual marketing, you have to have people to market to. You can't market to the same 10 people that you've had on your Instagram or on your Facebook for 5 years. You need new people. You need new eyes, fresh eyes. Growing your network every single day is crucial. Just like Christy said, you go to the bathroom more than once a day. Like, while you're there, grow your network, add to your network constantly, and interact with them. People want to, kind of like exactly what Caroline said, people want to feel like you care about them and that you're besties. Like, go and interact like crazy. Not only is that going to boost your views, it is, it's going to help grow those relationships, develop those relationships so that, one, they feel comfortable coming to you. But two, you're getting more eyes on that, and you're growing your views and interaction, because you can have the best post and the best story that you've ever created in your life, but it's worth crap if nobody actually sees it. You have to be growing that every single day. And then just kind of like a general thing, like, allow people to be a part of your life. Like, that's the goal. People want to feel like they're a part of it. So show your kids playing around, show your face. That's super important. That's been said multiple times, so it's obviously important. Show your face. Welcome people into your home, into your family, into your life. People want to feel connected to you because they're buying you. They're not buying the product. They're not buying the business. They're buying you as a person. And if they feel connected to you, that's how that is going to happen. So just allow people to be a part of that. Allow people to be a part of your journey. And oh yeah, my last point. This is said on a Zoom that I was on today, and it's absolutely amazing. And it just like hit me so hard. Do not devalue yourself. Be original, and that's been said, but you have something to say. You have inspiration to share. You have amazing stories and a beautiful life. Do not devalue that by thinking you don't have anything to share because you're not a millionaire. Like, you have beautiful things in your heart, and do not devalue that. There are people out there who don't need me, who don't need Christy, who don't need Alejandra. They need you. They need your heart. They need your guidance, and they need you as a person. And if you are not putting that out there, somebody out there is missing out. They're missing out on the value that you are too afraid to show them. So do not devalue that. You have something to say. And that's pretty much it. Yeah.
You the bomb. You guys are all amazing. We've just started like making trainings like an hour and a half almost, but that's fine. It's because we have too many amazing people on the team, okay? But literally every single thing, like I was taking notes. I actually like was commenting stuff and then taking pictures of it so that I could remember, because I can't write that fast, but I can type fast. But Mikkel, you're amazing. Eliana, you're amazing. Caroline, you're amazing. Alejandra, you're amazing. I hope you guys took hella notes, because I know for me, like, yeah, I know how to sign distributors and customers, but every little tidbit, like what Mikkel just said, you know, I have bad days, and I have to remember that, like, I have a value to bring to somebody. And if I don't work my business, I am robbing them of that. And there's just so many amazing things that all these girls said. But thank you guys all so much. And I hope you guys have a really good, happy Monday. And do not forget that challenge. Let's all have it up by tomorrow night or Wednesday. And I'm saying tomorrow because I need some lights so that I can have a beautiful bright photo so that Mikkel doesn't yell at me. I'm just kidding. For my dark photo. So let's have it all up, you know, within the next day or two. And let's just get super loud about it. And it'll be so freaking awesome. And we're going to blow it up. And we're going to make the next 6 months freaking amazing until conference. Okay? All right. Bye, guys.